Following the career-threatening beatdown by Cody Rice, the Black Stallion will address his condition and future next on PTW. Fans, and welcome to America's premier independent wrestling federation for fans. This is Primetime Wrestling. I'm Mark Mantell.
And I'm Donnie Colfax, and we are here at the Domain for live in-your-face action, the Bloomington Knights.
And don't forget to get your tickets right now for these events at ptwrestling.com, because I can say that every event gets bigger and bigger in numbers and crowd size. So seal in your place now.
You'll regret it if you don't. Don't wait to get him at the door, which you always can, because you can miss the action of some of the superstars like we see right now, Cody Rice.
Yes, and last time we saw Cody Rice, it was a bit of a somber situation in my estimation. He beat down the Black Stallion to nearly a crippled state, and we will be hearing from the Black Stallion tonight.
Yes, we will hear on his future, his condition and his future plans here in PTW.
But first, Cody Rice is going to be going one-on-one with the Tangerine Dream. There you see him, Ricky Love. And he's been making sweeping impressions all across Primetime Wrestling.
Yes, he has. The women love him almost as much as they love the Husky Heartthrob, if they have any sense about him. But yes, the folks love Ricky Love. The Tangerine Dream is making his dream happen right now here in Primetime Wrestling. He is climbing that ladder.
Bit by bit, rung by rung, and his next test, as we mentioned, will be the Husky Heartthrob. He's going to have his work cut out for him here.
Yes, Cody Rice is truly stepping up his game as our new champion, as we have a new Dawn here in Primetime Wrestling. Gone is Rennie D as champion. We have Big Sep, a man who understands what it takes to be champion. And that's something that's shared by Cody Rice, the Husky Heartthrob. He knows what it takes to be the man. I don't know if Ricky Love has that same intuition, that same innate ability.
Well, speaking of the champion, Big Sep, we might remind you fans that he did win that title in somewhat underhanded form.
That's up for debate. What's not is this matchup.
In this corner, entering the ring, weighing in at 302 pounds, from Lake Tahoe, Nevada. My apologies, I have been corrected prior to the show. Weighing in at 199 pounds, from Lake Tahoe, Nevada, he is Cody Rice.
I don't need to prove myself tonight. I'm the man.
And his opponent in the red trunks, weighing in at 217 pounds, from Fort Madison, Iowa. He is the Tangerine Dream, Ricky Love.
The fans with an obvious hope for Ricky Love here that he can beat the Husky Heartthrob.
Not only do Husky Heartthrob and I share the same pant size, we also share the same sentiment towards Ricky Love in this matchup. That's a thumbs down. I don't think he's going to have enough to take out the aggressive new nature of our Husky Heartthrob, the true ladies' man here in PTW.
PJ Thorne sounds for the bell, and it would appear that the I hope we're not going to have to.
We are going to see the physique of the Husky Heartthrob, the impressive 198-pound physique, as you heard MC Laszlo declare correctly this time, thankfully.
Perhaps we better check those scales.
Your inferences are unnecessary.
Maybe some calibration would be in good order of those scales. And Husky Heartthrob exhibiting the toned physique, all 198 pounds of him.
There you go, Mark. See,
Now, hold on.
there's, like we were saying,
Is
Mark,
this-
you got to get tickets to these shows. This is one of the reasons Husky Heartthrob has given these people a show they'll never forget.
And perhaps he's thinking about
He's a-
kilograms. Oh, no. Now, what in the world? I don't think that...
The glistening physique of the Husky Heartthrob is simply inspiring. He is the modern interpretation of Michelangelo's David is the Husky Heartthrob.
You know, why doesn't he just go home and do this in front of a mirror? I mean,
Well, then he'd
No.
be just like you, Mark. No, he's a superstar here in primetime wrestling, and he's earned the right to show these people his impressive body, not only of physicality, but in his ringmanship, his work in that ring. Husky Heartthrob is going to take the Tangerine Dream to task.
perhaps...
That smile on that smirk, frankly, on his face, Ricky Love's, it's going to be wiped off once Cody Rice gets his hands on him.
Ricky Love loves being in that ring, and he loves every part of this business, Donnie. I'm pretty sure the smirk, as you call it, is nothing more than a sign of respect for all these great fans here at the Bloomington Knights. Now, maybe we can get this one underway, maybe now that the oil display is done with. These men lock up, side headlock now by Cody Rice. Starting off the offense here at the Bloomington Knights. Ricky Love is going to break that headlock.
He's under again, though.
Lightning quick is Ricky Love.
One of the things I must say, though, is Husky Heartthrob is not only a ring genius,
What
but
in
he's
the-
a genius when it comes to the
Is
world.
this what a genius does? Wasting his energy?
A genius puts oil on himself to mimic the Turkish wrestlers that allow themselves to slip from holds and just elude their opponents so they can gain the advantage.
Is he trying to make that 198 seem more believable right now? Or is he trying to burn off calories before our eyes? What is
The Husky Heartthrob is a world traveler. He is a man of the
Certainly.
world.
And-
He is a renaissance man in the truest sense, and he was just simply showing his cardiovascular skills to Ricky Love.
I will admit
Now
it.
he's challenging Ricky Love to do the same. Will Ricky accept the challenge is the question.
I don't think Ricky's dumb enough to accept that challenge. It was an impressive display of cardio.
He accepted it, though.
Did you see that elevation that Rice got in that leapfrog? I will say that was impressive. But Love not going to go for it one more time.
What is he playing games with Husky? This is a wrestling match. This isn't a time for funny games.
Is that why Rice wasted all of our time by running around like a... Well, I'm not sure
That
what
looked
happened
like
just
that
there.
looked like an illegal shot.
I don't think I saw anything
Below
illegal
the
there.
belt.
All I saw was a finely executed drop kick, followed up by a forceful clothesline, and Ricky Love in control now.
No, he's not. Ricky,
Over the top goes Love. We've seen this move before. Elbow from the back. It was technically a springboard elbow if you look at it, and Rice is surprised, and I don't think he's thinking about baby oil right now.
the unorthodoxness of Ricky Love. Most men do that off the rope, not in the corner, but in the middle. And how is Cody Rice going to prepare for someone like Ricky Love? Truly,
Ricky Love, the high flyer.
a man who
The
doesn't take things seriously, all smiles, Laffy Daffy.
As I said, Love loves this business. And if you had the amount of well-wishers and followers that Ricky Love does, you'd be smiling too. It's not our fault that you don't like to smile, Donnie. We see Cody Rice now.
I smile all the time, just not when I'm around you.
Certainly one time I did see you smile was last time we saw you when Big Sep won that heavyweight title.
An incredible day here in primetime wrestling, and frankly, that new dawn is still shining and will for a long time, I feel. The future is bright here in PTW.
Indeed, the Saunders era has begun as we see Cody Rice outwitting Love, at least for the moment there, over that top rope, that hangman there. And Rice, a couple of shots to the back, double axe handle shots, and he is putting the entirety of that weight across the back of Ricky Love. That's got to take every last ounce of wind out of
You
it.
would just quit blathering for a moment. You could listen to the hushed tones of this audience.
Drives the shoulder into the midsection.
They're concerned for Ricky Love. Now they're starting to boo the fact that Ricky Love isn't on top. Cody Rice has his man in the corner and down.
He sent him hard into that turnbuckle. You could hear the shot. You could hear the impact. Even up here in the booth, Rice following up this offense with a systematic series of shots. Big boots to the midsection. Ricky Love is not in a good spot here.
Definitely not now after that. Cody Rice is going to go for the pinfall. 1, 2, and
He hooked the leg. He could not get him. Love still has life in him.
He
Love,
does. I think he might have kicked out before the 2.
He might have. It might have been 1 3/4. Reverse chin lock here by Cody Rice. And he knows how to wear the man down. I gotta hand it to him.
He's got it cinched in.
But one thing that Ricky Love possesses that Cody Rice does not is the fans on his side. And Love, quite frankly, is very good at feeding off the energy and electricity of this capacity crowd. Oh my goodness!
He just clotheslined him for a loop. 360.
He turned him inside out.
1, 2.
Despite that clothesline, Cody Rice not able to get the 3 count.
I'd like to ask the cameraman to maybe get a close-up on Ricky. Maybe he might have gone cross-eyed with that shot.
How's this?
Oh,
And he's gonna catapult him that neck right into the rope. Ow! That could crush the larynx right there.
That'll send you to the hospital just like Cody Rice did
1,
the Black
2.
Stallion.
2 count only. Rice thinking now.
What do I have to do to take out?
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
This man is really, truly he's a fan favorite, or quickly becoming one. He's a fiery fan favorite, frankly. These people love him, and he's out of nowhere burst of energy. He gets these 3rd, 4th wins just out of nowhere.
The fiery one, Ricky Love.
On his back because of a suplex by the Husky heartthrob, Cody Rice.
Well executed suplex, I might add. Cody Rice back up to his feet, and I hope he's not gonna go to the top rope. That's
Why?
Because it could spell danger for everybody in the building. That's why.
Rennie D does it, anyone else does it, you say not a peep. But what do you have against Cody Rice?
That's why. That's the danger. We don't need any more elevation. If he's going to be doing antics like this,
It's
stay
maybe
on
he
the
has
ground.
Turkish heritage and he's just embracing his roots.
But Ricky Love, an amazing display of power.
And disrespect.
And he keeps taking him down shot by shot.
That baby oil is maybe one man's heritage. Disrespectful.
And a drop kick into the turnbuckle. I thought he was going to go for a splash, but he went for a drop kick instead. 1, 2.
Almost adding insult to injury.
Cody Rice has not been in this bad of a position as of yet in this matchup, and this might be the opening that Ricky Love needs. Ricky Love trying to get Rice back to his feet, and Rice countered beautifully.
The wily Husky heartthrob.
And Love, guillotine leg drop.
This might be,
The guillotine leg drop.
2, and
We've seen Love win with that move before.
but what we didn't see was his opponent kick out that quick. Cody Rice easily kicked out before the 2 count. He is in this matchup still. Perhaps playing a little bit of possum with the Husky heartthrob.
Oh, perhaps playing a little bit of shot where the...
I don't know what you're talking about. The ref didn't see it.
What do you mean? He hit him right in the pills.
And no, he just dropped him right there. This has got to be it.
Yeah, sure.
1, 2,
No. Oh, come on.
3 count is textbook. Cody Rice, your victor.
First, Big Sep wins the championship following a foreign object, and now
There's no proof of that.
Rice wins by underhanded blow to the nether regions.
I saw
come
a disrespectful Ricky Love attack Cody Rice as he was embracing his Turkish heritage, only to throw him off the top rope.
We thought that Ricky Love might have had a chance. There, you saw it right there.
He might have hit him in the knee. You didn't see it.
The knee.
I saw that right there, right onto the chest.
He hit
all
him.
the oxygen out of the lungs. 1, 2, 3.
He hit him in the knee?
I couldn't see it. I was taking some notes at this point on the record of Cody Rice and now the updated record of Ricky Love with another loss.
For crying out loud.
Congratulations.
This is I tell you. Oh, great. And now he's going to follow it up by most likely berating this audience,
You know what?
as he's prone to do.
These men show respect to you when you're on the stick, so why don't you show the same to them when they're on it? Cody Rice has the mic. He's got something to get off his
I'm
chest.
sure many of you were here last month and you saw me destroy Black Stallion's knee right here in the middle of the ring.
There's no denying that fact.
Now, Black Stallion, you've been up at the top of the independent wrestling ladder for years and years now. Not anymore. But Black Stallion, the husky heartthrob Cody Rice, I'm climbing that ladder, ring by ring by ring.
Some people wait for their time, but the real men, they make it their time.
Now, Black Stallion, I understand you have an announcement to make tonight. And I'm sure you want to do that on your time. But Black Stallion, I think I and all these people here tonight are ready to see you make that announcement right now.
What is he saying?
I think he's calling out the Black Stallion who was
Well-
scheduled to come out a little bit later
He
on.
was, and he should do that on his own accord. He shouldn't do it at the bequest of Cody Rice, the man who...
But he's doing it.
This is your hero.
And you see the crutches.
This is a man you shower with praise and accolades.
What guts on display by the Black Stallion. What an incredible man of the people.
Some of you people cheer for. And without the aid of two metal crutches, he cannot walk to this ring. Because
The
of
rumors
me.
and speculation are over. This might be it for Black Stallion. See, I don't dread in such things as that as speculation, unlike you.
Come on in
I
here.
wait until the facts are in front of me. And it looks like to me right now with those crutches,
get up. Look
the
at
Black
him.
Stallion's in-ring career,
He's a cripple.
he's crippled. It's over, Mark.
Come
It's
on, let's hear
over.
it for your crippled champion.
What a sad day indeed. The Black Stallion is such a storied career here in Minnesota.
Now, Black Stallion, you think you're the man? You think you're the champion of these people? I want to hear your announcement. I want to hear what you have to say. Right here to my face. In front of me, in front of God, in front of all these people. I want to hear your announcement because I know what it is.
First of all, I want to thank everybody on behalf of the owner and management of Primetime Wrestling. I want to thank you guys for constantly coming out every month and letting us perform in this ring for you, especially all the little kids out here. We really thank you for coming out every month.
What a stand-up individual.
Now, some of you were here last month, and you saw this man in the ring right here attack me with the ring steps and a chain and try to end my career.
I remember seeing the Black Stallion's hands holding that chain.
I got a phone call a couple times from Wrestling Rick.
Wrestling Rick here in attendance tonight, of course.
The rumor mill himself.
And he wanted to know what was going on. We talked about rehab. We talked about how I tried to wrestle after you attacked me and how it made it worse. And I want to let you know what the status of my recovery is.
I don't need to wait for you to give me the status of your recovery, Black Stallion. Now look at me. I'm a slim, trim 199 pounds. And as I stand in this ring,
Throwing tomatoes at Cody Rice. These people not showing any respect to the situation at hand.
and as I stand here in this ring, and I circle you, I look you up and down, Black Stallion. Look out! I see a man who can't stand on his own.
That, what a...
I see a man who can't come out tonight in wrestling gear and compete because you're not cleared to wrestle. I see a man whose career is over.
And the other
the
one.
Black Stallion.
This is
Is it going to be as about effective now as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest?
I'm not
We need to get
sorry.
someone out here to help the Stallion.
Hobbling.
He's in a bad way right
I
now.
know your status, Black Stallion. That knee will never be cleared to compete. Black Stallion, You're nothing.
And he slapped him.
It was his decision to get in that ring with Cody Rice.
You're nothing. You've never been nothing. And you'll never be nothing.
He shoved him down. He shoved him down. The man can't walk, and Rice just shoved him down. That.
Cody Rice is doing to the Black Stallion what all these fans have done to him.
Donnie, look. The Stallion took off his cast.
That liar!
He's fine.
Liar!
He's just fine.
No
He's
good,
just
dirty
fine.
liar!
The Stallion. Oh, the Stampede kick. The Stampede kick. The Black Stallion is just fine.
This should be a criminal action. He lied to me. You're smiling. He lied to you.
This is a fantastic turn of events. The Black Stallion has put one over on Cody Rice and all of us. Oh, and now the Black Stallion's gonna get his revenge.
Cody Rice, I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, I'm not chasing you down, chump. You see, what you did, you slapped me in the face. You slapped all these little kids in the face.
Rice turning his tail and running.
You slapped me in the face. You slapped these good fans in the face right here. Cody Rice, I'm talking to you right now, because I know you can see me back there right now. You see, what you started a war that you could not finish. You didn't let me finish my announcement. My announcement was that I am 100%. That's my announcement. There is nothing you can do to the baddest man in primetime wrestling. Nothing. And I'm telling you this, the next time that I see you in primetime wrestling, I'm going to have you in the middle of this ring. I'm going to set you up. I'm going to take you down right in front of all these good people right here. I don't have to ask the fans if they want to see it. Because you know it. I know it. The cameraman knows it. Everyone knows that your day is coming. DJ Griff, you know what to do.
There you hear it. The Black Stallion issues a challenge to the man who nearly ended his career.
You don't have any proof of that. The whole thing was a lie, it looks like. He might not even been hurt in the first place. He just didn't think he could take on Cody Rice.
Still to come, Doug faces the Persian Sheik, Arya Davari.
Laszlo, you're late. We're never gonna make it to the show on time.
Don't worry about it. We got plenty of time. Just got to get a quick oil change at Freeway Ford, and we'll be on our way to the matches.
We don't have that kind of time.
They can do it quick and easy. Phil, good to see you, man. Hey, we need an oil change. We need it right now. Can you help us out?
Don't worry, I'll get you right in.
Fantastic. Told you so.
Bring your car to the Freeway Ford Quick Lube. For only $29.95, we will perform a checkup that includes oil and filter change, tire check, brake check, and topping off your fluids. Mention the Primetime Wrestling Arya Davari special, and with your oil change, receive a free tire rotation.
See, I told you they were fast. 1, 2, 3.
You were right. Hey, now we got time for you to shave my back.
We sure do. We sure do.
Old Abbot Photography presents the shot of the night.
Oh yes, some of the highlights and maybe yes, lowlights from the championship match between Rennie D and our new champion, Big Seth.
It was a seesaw matchup back and forth until Sean Monaghan would strike Rennie D in the neck with some object. And there you see.
I see a 3 count, and now, I see Sean Monaghan with championship gold, giving it to our new champion, Big Seth. There's no proof of what was in his hands. What there is proof is that Big Seth is our champ.
The shot of the night was brought to you by Old Abbot Photography. Trust the award-winning storytellers at Old Abbot. Visit oldabbot.com.
Oh yes, and now making their presence felt as we return to Primetime Wrestling is the one and only duo, Body Beautiful.
Yes, and one man making his presence felt throughout Primetime Wrestling is the ousted assistant commissioner, Sean Monaghan, who, for all intents and purposes, now controls that championship belt through Big Seth.
Yes, he does, and frankly, it doesn't yeah, that smile's on my face as well, Billy Blaze. Big Seth's our champ, and the dominant team here at PTW's Body Beautiful.
I haven't seen you this happy in quite some time, Donnie. I can only wonder what Body Beautiful has up their sleeves, as it were, tonight.
I didn't see them scheduled for a matchup, so perhaps they're down here to vent a little bit, especially concerning those recent assaults from those clowns in the dark. Just out of nowhere, this clown just appears, and all these people laugh along with it. It's a circus, practically. The concern or lack of it for Body Beautiful's welfare in these actions by that clown, by all these clowns.
Well, that's not nice. Mitch Paradise, I'm not sure what his motive is here. Trying to get handshakes or cheers from. Oh,
he's meeting these people on their level.
That is grotesque.
And just like they are.
Nonetheless, Body Beautiful is out here. They're not making many friends at ringside, but Donnie, I gotta say, I've seen you and Billy Blaze and Mitch Paradise chumming around in the back, and
how could I not? Those men are the life of the party.
I'm excited to see Body Beautiful, Billy Blaze, and Mitch Paradise, the 8th wonder of the world. I'm excited to be here. They're excited to be here. I've got a worship here right here at the Church of Billy Blaze. All right, worship. Thank you.
Billy Blaze imploring the female fan here to worship him. It's a bit of a conceited display.
She's willingly doing it, just like Mitch Paradise uses hand sanitizer all the time. So even after extracting objects from his nostrils, his hands are bacteria-free.
Spelunking, if you might want to go there. And now I guess we're forced to listen to Mitch Paradise.
Listen up!
Forced? This is a gift. Take it as something to be cherished.
Are you saying it's a privilege, not a right?
It's exactly what I'm saying.
I got you. I get you. I get you.
The name is Mitch Paradise! And together with Billy Blaze, we are Body Beautiful!
And Body Beautiful, one of the most notable teams here in the Midwest, in all of professional wrestling.
The last couple months, when I get on this microphone right here, there's been some very rude people trying to talk while I'm talking. So last month, I introduced a new concept which was very popular. From now on, when Mitch Paradise is out here, we're going to use the classroom format. Nobody talks unless you raise your hand and you're called upon.
Put your hand down, Mark.
And if I see someone intelligent, I just might call on you.
Well, that definitely keeps you out of contention, Mark.
I don't come to Walmart when you're greeting customers and bother you and interrupt you in your job.
Mitch is just telling these people what they don't want to hear. That's just too bad.
Billy, you know we're better than all the people here tonight, don't you?
Paradise might be forgetting that the ticket-buying fans are the ones who pay his salary.
I want to prove it to these people that we're the best, but there's nobody left for us to face. We've beaten everybody there is.
I don't see these people's names on my check.
Well, there wasn't a clown incident. That's the only time Billy Blaze has ever been beat. When I was beat from behind. That's right. There was that little gun incident. But the only time we've ever been beat is when we work together. And tonight we're together. And there ain't nobody that's gonna touch either one of us. I couldn't find anyone in Minnesota. I couldn't find anyone in primetime wrestling to wrestle. Body beautiful. So what do we do? That's a little kid, okay? I'm not gonna wrestle a little kid. But we went all over the United States and we actually went into a couple
Hey,
of like
he's talking. You guys shut up.
it's louder now. No, you tell me.
What could you possibly have to say to Body Beautiful? Why don't you sit there? Why don't you just sit there and be a good grandma?
Mitch Paradise demanding respect for the poet laureate.
If I want to know how to get old and fat, I'll ask you, okay?
These fans not appreciating this at all.
Anybody else want to contribute? Anyone else want to play? Going to Double Jeopardy where the scores can really change? How about you, Zippy? Yeah, I was counting on him.
Back to business. We couldn't find anybody to wrestle in Minnesota, so we flew to Ohio and we found a tag team that's worthy of facing Body Beautiful. And I'd like to introduce them right now. Without further ado, bring out Bucks and Bruises.
Some new entrance music we're hearing here.
I know. It is Books and Bruises, a worthy duo.
A hand-picked duo by Body Beautiful. We've never seen them here in primetime wrestling until tonight.
Well, I've seen matches of theirs before. This is stiff competition for Body Beautiful.
Books and Bruises set to go up against primetime wrestling's formidable tag team, Body Beautiful.
Hang on.
Is that who I think it is? It is.
It is.
It's Big D.
It is Big D.
Billy Blaze, Miss Paradise. What the hell is this? You pick your own opponents now?
We found him in a public library, someplace where none of these people would ever go. I wasn't surfing internet porn or anything, I just happened to be in there. And I saw books. And then he said he had a buddy. I talked about the wrestling promotion. And here we are, we flew him out. And you know what? We're kind of like the Harlem Globetrotters of the primetime wrestling. And they're like the generals of primetime wrestling, eh? And in 60 years, get the camera back on where it's important, okay? In 60 years, the Harlem Globetrotters won every match, except for one. So these guys got a shot. I figure it's fair.
Wow. Have you guys wrestled before?
Yeah.
It looks like it.
They're trained wrestlers.
Hey, I don't know about you guys, but I think they got a chance tonight. How about you?
Sure, but look at the size difference.
You say you've wrestled before. Have you won? A couple times on Ohio. Okay.
That's Ohio.
Hey, I tell you what, primetime, we're gonna get behind these guys tonight, right?
What does that mean? You're always the one fighting for Rennie D.
Do me a favor. What can we call you guys tonight?
These guys look as green as a bowl of Jell-O.
Books and Bruises. Books and Bruises. Hey, primetime, give it up for Books and Bruises tonight.
When it comes to green and Body Beautiful, the only green that counts and matters is the greenbacks.
I want to try out tonight. These guys are the perfect guys for.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match got over one fall. 15-minute time limit. In this corner.
Hey, you're over there. Get over there.
From Ohio. First time here at Primetime Wrestling. They are Books and Bruises.
Big time opportunity for these two, taking on the embodiment of perfection.
From Las Vegas, battle.
Go.
They are Body Beautiful.
We will see Body Beautiful here get their wish as they'll compete against their hand-picked opponents. We are back here at Primetime Wrestling. There you see the symbolic book of the debuting duo, Books and Bruises.
If there's one thing to glean from those videos I have seen in these two in their previous matchups, that is a book of wrestling knowledge that's not only contained in the pages of that book, but in the minds of both Books and Bruises.
Paradise charges in. He is eager to get this one underway.
He knows that these two are a formidable duo against Body Beautiful. The challenge these two can put up against will solidify Body Beautiful if they can overcome the duo of Books and Bruises. They may be their debut, but these guys have been in many matchups.
Paradise throwing, absolutely throwing. Is that Brooks or is that Books or is that Bruises?
I am not exactly sure.
I'm pretty sure that is Bruises, as we saw the other gentleman carrying the book. Now we see a reverse elbow hard into the corner by Mitch Paradise.
And a knee, or a kick to the knee.
Paradise looks eager to systematically dismember these two men, despite the fact that they're hand-picked opponents. And one must wonder, did they pick them because they thought they could beat them easily? Are they trying to get a...
That is slander. That's libel, Mark. You need to watch yourself here.
I'm simply looking at the size difference, and I gotta think that there's much larger, more well-proportioned men in the state of Ohio.
Then not only do you need to take the self-embodiment of perfection, Body Beautiful at their word, but take me, your counterpart in this booth, at their word, Mark. The duo of Books and Bruises are more than enough of a challenge for Body Beautiful.
Well, Mitch Paradise is absolutely throwing around Bruises there like a rag doll, as the cliche might go. And now I believe we're seeing Books here against Billy Blaze.
The poet laureate. He may be a poet, but he's also a fighter, both lover and fighter.
Sorry, Don, but that was a beautiful gut-wrench suplex by Blaze. A poet and a fighter, you say?
Yes, he is. He's just an incredible man. That's why I love to spend time with these two. They inspire me. 1, 2.
A successful power slam there by Blaze. As he, what is he doing? He is wrenching that head and that neck.
And he's smiling because he knows he has, Body Beautiful has the advantage over Books and Bruises right now.
That was a cold, sinister-looking smile, if you ask me.
You got to be cold and sinister to take out the likes of Books and Bruises in a tag team matchup.
And just who did Books and Bruises face in those videos that you've seen now?
A couple of masked tag teams. You know what, Mark? I can't remember right now, and I don't want to pull out my notes. I got to stay on this matchup. I gotta call the matchup and the action as you should be. So why don't you do and call what you see in the ring, and now what's going on up here?
The tag team duo of Body Beautiful utilizing each other as Paradise got that foot up, and Blaze planted the cranium of Brooks right into it. Back suplex there by Blaze, and I'm not sure. Okay, Paradise is the legal man. He's gonna hook the leg. He's gonna go for the cover.
But Brooks kicked out. See, and you were doubting these two. He kicked out.
He barely kicked out,
No,
yes.
he didn't. He kicked out with authority. Did Brooks. He might be a little
Brooks
dazed.
now, he's grasping for an imaginary thing to grab onto. It's not there. And a wicked headbutt, to bluntly put it, by Paradise. Hard knife edge absolutely takes down Brooks. And Bruises is grateful for his chance to rest at this point.
You know, Mark, I don't think you'd be saying these type of things to the duo of Brooks and Bruises if you met them in an alley or in the back of the arena here. I don't think you'd be saying the same thing, would you? No, you wouldn't.
That remains to be seen, as I've never met them in an alley. Although Mitch Paradise, I don't think would have such a problem. If Mitch Paradise ran into these two men, I think he'd have no problem and tried to take them 2-on-1.
I disagree. Like I said, I've seen the tapes of them, and through these tapes, I've seen several. I feel like I kind of know Brooks and Bruises a bit from them, and I feel and I know that they are more than a challenge for Body Beautiful.
Did you see the vicious clothesline by Paradise there? And he makes the tag into Billy Blaze, and Billy Blaze is now going to take his turn at maybe a couple practice moves here, almost, in a sense. I have not seen one bit of offense mounted by Brooks or Bruises.
The synchronicity of Body Beautiful might be just too much for Brooks and Bruises. They are incredible together, though. They do work in lockstep, but Body Beautiful is perfection personified, Mark, and it's hard to beat something that's so, well, perfect.
The staunch advocate for Body Beautiful. You always have been that, I must say.
Always will be, because unlike you, I'm not a turncoat.
Turncoat?
Billy Blaze getting in the face. Oh!
Arrogant slap by Blaze. Maybe causing the ire to be raised by Bruises, I believe. And now, you see the reason for that, as they're going to double team Brooks and strangle him. They're blatantly strangling him while the ref's back his turn.
Oh, a couple of kidney shots.
Those were kidney shots indeed. That is just unfair. And Body Beautiful they don't
isn't fair, Mark.
They don't need to resort to those lengths.
But they have, and you know what? It kept them on top. And likely, if it keeps going in this fashion,
One,
2.
I'm not sure there. I don't think.
We just got a 2 count.
We did just
2 count.
Yes. And Paradise back up now. Tags in Blaze, the well-rested Blaze. And what are these two going to do now? What more can they do to this young man?
Hopefully, Brooks is able to tag in his fresh partner.
Paradise dancing a little jig. But he moved out of the way. Paradise just splashed Billy Blaze. Inadvertently so. Double drop kick. And Blaze just feels the impact of Paradise.
How could they both do that? How could Brooks and Bruises?
Maybe this plan is backfiring, Donnie.
How could they do that to those best friends?
Brooks and Bruises have taken out, temporarily so at least, Body Beautiful, and I am shocked. Brooks and Bruises might have a chance after all.
I was saying it the whole time, so quit being shocked.
Paradise.
Look at him. Is that not convinced you yet? That either they are a true challenge for Body Beautiful, or Mitch Paradise and Billy Blaze are the greatest actors of our time.
Maybe it's a little from column A and a little from column B. Blaze up to his feet first before Paradise.
The only person in this promotion that likes to pull the wool over people's eyes is someone like the Black Stallion, who we saw earlier, or our commissioner, Lenny Lane, firing Sean Monaghan out of nowhere, making him a waiter serving fans beers.
Sean Monaghan got just what he deserved.
He did. He's now with the champion. He's got gold in his hands.
I meant selling beer. That's what I meant by getting what he deserved. Although now, indeed, he has taken control of that championship belt as Big Seth defeated Rennie D, and he is now the Primetime Wrestling Champion.
Oh, now Mitch Paradise back in though. It looks like Billy Blaze and Mitch Paradise were consulting each other, coming up with a battle plan, what's going to be needed to take these two out for the for sure victory.
Determined shots with that right hand. And that is a gigantic right hand. I gotta say, you do not want to be punched in the face with that hand. And now Mitch Paradise with the neck hang. And this is not gonna do any good for the man's neck.
A double-handed chokeslam. He just threw him down.
Viciously so.
Goes for the pin. 1, 2, and
still somehow bruises. Is able to watch this, Donnie.
The strength of Mitch Paradise is simply incredible. And to see it on display right there.
With authority, as you said before, it is stunning to see these two men in action. You gotta give them their due.
I always do. I always do.
It just begs the question why they couldn't have assembled maybe a heftier, loftier challenge for themselves than this duo.
Maybe that's the job of our commissioner, Lenny Lane. Is it not? Oh, it is, but he's too busy firing people for arbitrary reasons.
I don't think Lane has anything to do with it. These two made it known right. They said it themselves. They picked these guys from Ohio.
Catapult.
Right into that second rope. I think he caught the bottom of his chin on that rope.
If he did, now the boot is in the throat. Billy Blaze staying on top. It's bruises, right?
I believe so. And Paradise now having his way with more of that wrist tape around the neck of bruises. Well, presumably the referee's back was turned. We didn't see it from that angle.
The smug smile.
The smug smile says it all right there.
Dakota.
A gas pedal.
Oh yes, one of my favorites from Billy Blaze.
This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt everyone in attendance, not just bruises. If he does and he did what I thought he was gonna do, and Blaze, you might say, in firm control.
I'm gonna quote a greater man who quoted a great man and say, by any means necessary. And that's what Billy Blaze does every time, along with his partner, Mitch Paradise. These two will do whatever it takes to win.
Indeed, if there is one man you want to quote, it is Ron Simmons. And there you see Mitch Paradise with more shots to the head. He has him up. He's going to slam him down. But no, Bruce is able to squirm out of it. He tried.
Squirm, that was tactical. That was tactical as well by Paradise.
The reverse elbow right to the butt of the jaw. Bruce, and Mitch Paradise just had the back of his head snap across that turnbuckle. He could be seriously hurt. He could be really, really hurt here. That whiplash effect is
the concern on Billy Blaze's face for Mitch.
But Mitch, I think he's okay. Bruce is somehow able to muscle.
Can he make that separation and make the...
He did, and he tags Books. Books is in. Blaze is down. Books is on fire. And this Books is a real page turner, if you ask me. He slams him down.
Looks like he's gonna turn the page in this matchup. It feels like it's the finale.
Go for it, Books.
He's gonna end this.
Make this the conclusion to the novel.
Show Mark how wrong he is.
Incredible moonsault.
This is done.
1, 2, 3. Mitch Paradise broke it up. That was the most fabulous moonsault I may have ever seen.
So now can you agree with me, Mark?
Books pulls down and Mitch Paradise
goes down hard and...
There's something wrong here with the lights. I think we may have blown a fuse. We apologize if we...
This happened last time, and if what goes down... It's right, he's right there, that clown!
What?
You see the clown, you see the red hair and the red nose!
Is that the same clown as the one who attacked Billy Blaze?
I can't see it through my monitor here, and I'm looking down. I can't really make it out.
It is completely dark in here.
The lights are...
1, 2.
No.
And
no.
Books pinned Blaze. Books pinned Blaze.
So now will you agree with me and say they were worthy of... Paradise is bloodied by the matchup. What more convincing do you need?
Mitch Paradise is busted wide open.
A blemish on the record of Body Beautiful.
It looks like the plan indeed has backfired.
Because of who, though? By a clown. That could be a fan for all we know.
Donnie, is that the same clown that attacked Billy Blaze? And is that clown in cahoots with Books and Bruises? And is Mitch Paradise okay?
He's bleeding. That's what
He smacked his head on that concrete.
I'm receiving word from the truck. We're going to get that footage back to us in just a couple of seconds here. We're going to enhance it. We're going to try and see this individual, see if we can identify him. This assailant.
Mitch Paradise wants nothing to do with any help from anyone, and Books and Bruises, despite winning this contest, look to be the worse for wear right now, and Billy Blaze is beside himself.
This is a bloody fiasco.
Literally so, it is a bloody fiasco, Donnie. Mitch Paradise, I don't think knows where he is. He could have a concussion. He could have internal injuries.
Here's that footage that's ready for us. Right there, Mark. Come on, you got to see it. It's foul. He just laid out Billy Blaze.
He did.
And he laid him on top.
It happened right before our eyes.
And then the lights back on.
And I don't think whoever perpetrated the actions of that clown counted on the fact that we've got the technology for that night-style vision, but there you clearly see it. What do you make of this, Donnie?
I don't know, I just hope we have the technology quickly available to stitch up Mitch Paradise, and I'm sure our medical staff will, and we can make sure he's all right.
We had that match, and then it went awry. It wasn't supposed to be that way. I'm filing a lawsuit for unsafe working practices. I was jumped from behind again, and I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna find out whatever that was, I'm finding out. If it's you watching right now, I'm gonna tear your head off, and then I'm gonna tear your face.
Blaze says it better than I ever could. And coming up next, folks, it's the cartoon alien bat boy, Doug, versus the Persian aristocrat, Arya Davari.
What's shaking, Mr. Rice?
Big show, big appetite.
The regular pre-show for Lorenzo's meatball hoagie?
That's right. Have the cook throw an extra meatball on there for me. I have a big match tonight.
Hoagie for you, Mr. Blaze?
Does it look like this body eats hoagies?
Can I get your salad?
Biggest salad you got.
I'm Cody Rice, and you may know me as the Husky Heartthrob from Primetime Wrestling. Before every show, I have a little appetite, so I head to the Bloomington Fat Lorenzo's for a meatball hoagie.
Welcome back, fans. What an incredible night of action it's already been. We're here at the Bloomington Nights. We'd like to remind you to get your tickets for these live events at ptwrestling.com.
I don't know if this is going to be incredible or, quite frankly, I don't have the adjective to describe this because Arya Davari is going to take on Doug in our main event.
Primetime Wrestling tonight is brought to you by Budweiser, who'd like to remind you, responsibility matters. Freeway Ford Bloomington, your way at Freeway. Visit freewayford.net. And Fat Lorenzo's, pizza, pasta, hoagies, Italian in a big way. Arya Davari making his way into the ring. This is going to be a real test for the affable and lovable Doug, who these fans can't get enough of, despite not knowing anything about it.
I've got a little bone to pick with Arya Davari, and I'm going to take care of it tonight. Here's what we're going to do. since Daivari thinks he's smart, Arya Daivari in the main event is taking on Primetime's favorite, I don't know what we call him. It's Doug!
And there you see what was set up this unusual, it's the most unusual matchup I've ever heard of in pro wrestling.
It is going to be a peculiar matchup, to say the least. Anytime Doug is in the room, I think peculiar is an apt adjective.
This could be an interspecies match for all we know. We don't even know what Doug is.
This could be an interplanetary matchup.
Exactly.
We're not sure, but one thing we do know is Doug seems to love it here at Primetime Wrestling. The fans seem to love Doug. Doug loves to dance. There's so many great traits to Doug that make him an excitement and an act that you want to see, that you want to take your kids to see. He loves to tickle. What do we know anything more about Doug? You're the inside journalist.
You know more than me. You said act. Are you inferring this could be someone with a facade, or I don't understand what you mean when you say act, but maybe you know more than I do, and quite frankly, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it because I now know you know more than I do.
Well, do we even know what Doug does? Maybe wrestling for him is a hobby. Maybe he does certain acts around the globe and various personas. Nothing is known about Doug. That's what makes him such an enigma.
And that's what makes me so confused as to why our commissioner, Lenny Lane, would have someone the likes of Arya Daivari take on Doug.
Yes, and fans, if you are on the Twitterverse, I suppose you could say, if you're a member of Twitter, go ahead and, first of all, follow us at PTWMN, and go ahead and hashtag, if you want to talk about this match, hashtag Daivari versus Doug.
I don't know what you're going to say, maybe WTF or, huh? Why? How?
OMG ROFL, perhaps.
In this corner, weighing in at 205 pounds, from Tehran, he is Arya Daivari.
A look of confidence squarely on the face of Arya Daivari, who I think he thinks he'll have no problems here tonight.
Weight and parts unknown. He is Doug!
There you hear the fantastic reaction for Doug. Doug loves to somersault. That's what I forgot about earlier.
Well, you keep making your notes about Doug because I know as soon as you leave this booth, I'm going to get in there, so you better take that book with you because you know more than you're letting on, Mark, and frankly, I don't like it.
I can say that I've tried to speak with Doug backstage a few different times, and every time I'm met with a strange, I don't even want to call it a language, but strange noises come from Doug, and I don't understand what he's talking about. So it's been hard as of yet to communicate with the man. Anytime you ask him to write you a note or write out what he's thinking, he simply draws sketches and pictures.
Why don't you try Google Translate, and I'll translate for everyone watching here as to what we're frankly going to witness because of the actions, and frankly, it's a grudge that Lenny Lane holds against Arya Daivari because of that championship matchup that sent his career down the tube because he frankly had to retire because of Arya Daivari. It was too much to handle, and Lenny Lane cowered in competition from the likes of the Persian aristocrat.
Lenny Lane, I might remind you, had his arm destroyed by Body Beautiful, and he was forced to retire. And we've not seen him in action since, and I don't think you can blame that on Lenny Lane.
He said he was going to make a comeback, but he never made it in the ring.
Doug circling Daivari, somersault for good measure.
Unless maybe it's Lenny Lane who's Doug. Maybe that's what's going on here, huh?
I'm not sure. That would be.
No, you're not good enough. The look on your face says anything otherwise. It's not Lane.
No, it's not. I mean, that would be pulling one over on all of us, certainly, but.
Maybe it's one of his cronies. If it wasn't, I might think it's you if you weren't sitting next to me right now.
It's not me, I can assure you that.
Obviously, my eyes don't deceive me. I see what happens in front of it all the time.
Whatever he's made up of, Doug seems to look in good physical condition. he has a physical presence, and the lack of knowledge about him simply adds to the intimidation factor in my estimation. Daivari.
It can be intimidating for some, but for Daivari, I don't think it's going to intimidate him as much as it's going to aggravate him, as he simply can't get a firm grasp on what his opponent's trying to do.
And he's going ahead and tickling him now, and Daivari does not like to be tickled. That is one of Arya Daivari's first rules, is do not tickle me. As Doug, what in the world is this his way of building up energy for himself? Is this his way of playing subtle mind games? What is going through the mind of Doug?
I don't know, but this certainly seems like a Lenny Lang tactic, getting in the head of your opponent. Arya Daivari doesn't know what to make of this Doug, as he tickled him in the ring. He tickled the Persian Sheik, did Doug. Daivari is a trained professional wrestler. He goes in there for competition. He goes in there to compete, to take out opponents, to win titles, not to take on Bat Boy aliens.
In a strange sense, it's a very fairly matched battle. I mean, if you look back at the famous fight between Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran, the demeanor of Leonard is what 100% of what allowed him to win that contest, and perhaps we'll see a mirror image of that tonight. Maybe the weirdness, quote unquote, of Doug will be enough to get into the brain of Daivari.
And a little bit there, avoiding Daivari.
Daivari sizing up his opponent. He's trying to corner him into that one corner.
Well, he's so elusive. His Doug, look at him, he just went under the legs.
Wily and elusive.
He's a snake. Doug is Doug. I didn't want you to interject it in here.
No, certainly not. Well executed drop toe hold, though, by Doug, and now a drop kick. And Daivari was not expecting any of this. And Daivari into the corner now. Daivari is shocked. And
I
Doug,
think this might be the most aggressive we've ever seen Doug. He has enough reason, it has enough reason in him to know that Arya Daivari is a grave threat to it.
well, if you go back to Doug's first matchup, he barely knew any wrestling holds at all. I think that every match he's involved in, he soaks up little bits more of wrestling holds and maneuvers. And I think
saying he's like silly putty?
He might be. I don't know, but I know that he's amassed enough of a repertoire of moves that he now maybe is able to face the likes of a former champion like Arya Daivari.
Well, I just hope when he goes to sleep in his alien sleep chamber one night, he leaves it open and he dries out like silly putty does, and it's no longer usable. We don't have to...
Wait now. We're hearing the familiar.
He's dancing.
He is dancing.
He is doing the Dougie in the middle of a professional wrestling ring.
Well, come on, Donnie.
Arya Daivari.
Come on, get into it.
The absurdity of it all.
You know how many kids are here that love to dance? All right, Doug, I'm all for it.
Then come on a dance night. This is PTW. This is prime time wrestling. He wants Arya Daivari to do the Dougie.
Is he gonna try to get Daivari, the serious and cold demeanor Daivari, to dance? Is this? Jimmy the ref is doing it. Come on, Donnie, I know you want to get down there. And now the fans are joining in.
I want a matchup.
Daivari's gonna dance. He's gonna do it. Come on, Arya. Show a bit of that.
Don't do it,
fun
Arya.
side. Come on, Arya. You can do it. Join the dance party. Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Why? How could he stoop to this level and start dancing with Doug?
This is great news
and
here.
high-fiving Doug?
Arya. Oh my. Doug was just floored by Daivari.
The master of mind games. Arya Daivari just checkmated Doug, it looks like.
It would appear that Daivari was in no mood to dance. Although for that brief moment he did. He showed some pretty good moves. That guy can cut a rug.
He had to prove to Doug he wasn't a threat for a moment so he could capitalize. That's all that was. He wasn't really enjoying that Dougie dance.
Daivari back to seriousness now as he sends Doug hard into the corner, follows it up with a clothesline.
I
Nowhere
happen
to
to
go.
know that the Persian aristocrat is an electric slide kind of guy, so you know, Mark. He also enjoys the Tootsie Roll.
I'm pretty sure that's a bit of an outdated dance step there, but nonetheless.
That one isn't, though. Super kick by Daivari on Doug.
That's going to end it. It's gotta. That's super kick.
Let's lick Doug. Oh, that's a dance move
Doug was unconscious before he hit the mat, quite frankly. I think that was a forceful super kick. And now, Daivari's got his rug.
He sets him up.
He's gonna go for the flying carpet ride, the magic carpet ride. But hold on. There's the music of Johnson. Where's John Johnson?
Now John Johnson's trying to get inside the head of Daivari. Now it's become practically a 2-on-1 matchup for Daivari.
Daivari's attention has been completely diverted, and he's waiting for Johnson to come down that ramp. He would rather go at Johnson than finish this matchup, it would appear. Doug laying motionless in the corner. Where's Johnson?
I don't know, but I can't agree with these tactics of Johnson
Maybe it might be a mistake or a short in the audio system.
Even though this is barely a matchup because it involves...
Doug rolls him up, 1, 2, 3. Doug pins Daivari. Doug pins Daivari. Doug has beaten the Persian aristocrat.
In the greatest, worst, the most devastating, terrible loss, upset in the history of this promotion in all of wrestling.
It's Daivari's own fault for being distracted by that music. All it was music.
It was Johnson's.
There's Johnson. There's Johnson. Johnson's in the ring. Johnson attacks Daivari. These two men are hammering away on each other. And now, oh my God, they want to get at each other in the worst way. Oh, there's hell to pay.
We gotta break this up, guys.
There's gonna be hell to pay if these two ever get at each other officially. Johnson absolutely flew and launched himself at Daivari.
It's hard for me to pick sides in all this, but right now, I'm frankly leaning with that of Daivari, and that's because at least when Daivari attacked Johnson from behind...
There they go again! They're going again! These two men, flurries of punches now at each other. What in the world?
Trying to gain the advantage. Johnson,
hard shot. And it looks now like all the security is spilled. There's Cody Rice. Cody Rice is in the ring.
And he hits Daivari on it. Picks up Johnson and drops him.
Samoan drop by Cody Rice. And now Rice hammering away at the cranium of... Here's the Black Stallion. The cavalry has arrived. Thank God. And now the Stallion, Rice duking it out. Donnie, remember when I said the tensions were at an all-time high?
It's for everyone to see now. And now Johnson and Ari Daivari get back in there, guys.
PTW security back in one more time. This is everything boiling over just as we've been talking about. And now,
now the pot is about to truly boil over.
Commissioner Lane making his way to ringside.
This is madness, Mark.
This is bedlam. This is absolute bedlam. Maybe now some order.
Let me ask the people of Primetime, do you want this to continue?
Of course we do, Lenny. Definitely. These fans, with the familiar chant of yes, 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 they absolutely want to see these rivalries come to a head.
Hold up. Unfortunately, you can blame the manager of this place, Jim. We've got to be out here at a certain time every Friday night.
City ordinance dictate.
So don't blame me and don't blame Primetime. You can blame the manager, Jim, for this one. But I'm going to tell you what. Since nobody seems to be getting along, I like when people get along. So next month's main event, it's gonna be a tag match. And we're gonna see how good they get along. It's gonna be John Johnson and his tag team partner, Aria Daivari.
What?
Daivari's incensed.
How are we going to contain that in the ring?
I'm not tagging with that son of a bitch! We will be contributing to the swear jar later tonight, and let me remind you that money will be given away at the last show in May. And Aria, can everybody please remind Aria what will happen to him if he gets into my face one more time. Beautiful. Let me hear it one more time. I love it. So it'll be John Johnson and Aria Davari versus Cody and the Black Stallion.
Commissioner Lane really shaking things up like a snow globe here.
So for you to figure out, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and have a good night and drive safe. We'll see you next time.
How are we supposed to have a good night with this decision? Prime Time's, it's never going to be the same ever again.
Thanks, folks. We'll see you next time.